Melody Shari, Martell Holt's ex-wife, is spearheading the effort to ensure that he receives his just compensation. This revenge tale is sure to be remembered, so grab some tea. Therefore, few couples have drawn as much attention from viewers as Melody Shari and Martell Holt in reality TV drama. The main plot point of Love and Marriage Huntsville was Martell's infidelity, which he attempted to conceal. When his long-term affair and a child outside of their marriage were revealed, his wife and the mother of their 4 children suffered heartbreak and public humiliation. Martell attempted to place the blame on himself, and Janet paid a public attorney to appear in his defense to collect for himself as a victim for some years, but Melody had her own strategy, and it didn't include pretending to be a disgraced ex-wife for very long. Melody has now reversed the narrative, turning her suffering into strength and utilizing her position to concentrate on her children's upbringing, business ventures, and personal development. As Melody continues to gain popularity, Martell's efforts to stay relevant frequently put him in the wrong position with the public. With Melody emerging as the obvious fan favorite and Martell being perceived as the toxic villain on reality TV, their relationship has turned into a public struggle of wills. Let's talk about how Melody turned the tables to win and how Martell Holt became the most toxic villain on reality TV despite her infidelity and public humiliation. The term master of destruction may seem more appropriate than any other when describing Martell Holt. Each new revelation has fueled his chaotic persona, and his scandals have been as numerous as they are outrageous. His repeated infidelity is what ultimately led to his downfall, and it took an astonishing turn when it was discovered that his longtime mistress, Ariana Curry, had gotten pregnant while Melody was expecting their 4th child. Rather than accept responsibility, Martell made matters worse by accusing Melody of cheating, infamously calling Ariana a peasant in a move that came back to haunt him. Fans rallied behind Melody's dignity in the face of such humiliation, further solidifying his reputation as someone who thrived on deflection and disrespect. Martell has been accused of sharing threats of retaliation regarding their private tapes, as if that weren't enough. In an effort to intimidate Martell, Melody used private photos to allude to this during their recent encounters. On and off screen, Martell's actions have been a textbook example of toxic masculinity and manipulation. He has gaslighted Melody and fabricated the narrative to portray himself as the misunderstood victim. His use of their kids and their co-parenting conflicts as tools to keep control and destroy the way he feels about himself, and Melody's fear of betraying her friends and family. Martell hasn't been particularly popular with audiences because of his propensity to capitalize on chaos. Rather, his problems have revealed a pattern of self-destruction and entitlement. He clung to the drama like it was his lifeline, revealing his incapacity to move on the more he tried to bring Melody down. However, Martell was unaware that Melody was secretly organizing her own route to liberation and success, as he thrived on chaos. For Melody Shari, there were no shortcuts on the road to redemption. Melody had to pick up the pieces of a life shattered by betrayal, while Martell reveled in his bad boy persona. She endured severe public humiliation as a result of her husband's adultery being widely publicized on reality television. The fact that Martell refused to accept responsibility made it even more difficult, leaving Melody, a loving mother to their 4 children, to take the brunt of the consequences. She refused to let the chaos define her, even though it had taken a toll on her emotions. Melody's first steps toward independence demonstrated her tenacity as she reconstructed her career and brand by transforming her suffering into inspiration. As a shrewd businesswoman, she grew her company, opening doors that not only guaranteed her financial security, but also solidified her position as an inspiration to other women. Fans found hope in Melody's ability to change course and succeed because they recognized a reflection of their own hardships in her. In order to shield her kids from as much of the drama as possible, she simultaneously turned her attention back to her mental health. Melody remained silent while Martell's antics took center stage in the media, opting instead to focus her energies on improving herself. She made it apparent that her goal was to regain her peace and live her life as she saw fit, not to exact revenge. But everyone has their breaking point, and for Melody, it was after years of manipulation, betrayal, and public scrutiny. Their accidental custody disputes were a wake-up call. When Melody demonstrated her tenacity and commitment to giving her children a stable environment, Martel's attempts to portray her as an unfit mother backfired. Melody showed she wasn't merely a victim of Martel's toxic behavior, she was a fighter by handling the courtroom drama with poise rather than bucking under the weight of his accusations. However, Melody chose to reclaim her voice and speak out about the emotional infidelity and ongoing gaslighting she experienced because she was fed up with the biased narrative Martel frequently presented. Melody showed that she wasn't merely avoiding the narrative she chose to rebel. Melody changed the story to her advantage. Her public statement was an attempt to reclaim the narrative that Martel had stolen for years, not merely to vent her frustrations. Melody used her platform to address her struggles and demonstrate to others that it was possible to overcome them, refusing to let her ex-husband's antics define her life or her future. And Melody's return struck Martel where it hurt the most. Right when it appeared he had the advantage. While Martel was still struggling in the court of public opinion, Melody's revenge was incredibly inspirational and neither loud nor vindictive. Through her successful business endeavors, including her skincare line and music career, Melody subtly created an empire. Melody was more than just a reality TV star, as evidenced by her entrepreneurial spirit. She was a formidable force, and as her admirers gathered around her, it became clear how popular she was becoming. Viewers who had followed Melody's transformation from a betrayed wife to a strong, independent woman found resonance in her story. Social media served as evidence of her growing fan base, not only praising her accomplishments, but also denouncing Martel's destructive conduct. As Melody's fame grew, his reputation took a hit, demonstrating that even the most conceited people eventually succumb to karma. Melody's revenge was so fulfilling because it motivated others. Fans welcomed Melody's ability to use her darkest moments as springboards for success. Many women found that her story resonated with their own struggles, making her journey of empowerment feel relatable. It was about reclaiming her dignity and demonstrating to the world the strength of a strong woman, not just about, winning Martel over. Melody didn't stop there though. She ensured that Martel was held accountable for his deeds. She revealed his chaotic nature as a last-ditch effort to maintain control by remaining composed. Melody didn't stop at simply taking back her power though, as her triumphs, both personal and professional, became his defeats, demonstrating that success is in fact the best form of retaliation. She ensured that Martel experienced the repercussions of his behavior. The criticism from Love and Marriage cast members and fans, as Huntsville keeps getting worse, Martel is fighting to preserve what little of his reputation he still has. Martel, who was once a well-known character on the show, is now remembered as a warning example of how toxic behavior can result in one's public downfall. Social media comments from fans have been brutal, such as, Martel truly believed he could cheat, manipulate, and gaslight Melody without consequences. Observe him now. He is losing everything. He's living proof that karma is real, someone else wrote. He's having trouble and Melody is doing well. Couldn't have happened to a more worthy man. The viewers of the show have made it abundantly evident that Martel is not deserving of pity because of his actions. Even the LAMH cast has turned away from Martel. Many of his co-stars who at first put up with his actions for the sake of the show have now chastised his lack of responsibility. Although some have even praised Martel's fortitude and tenacity in separating himself from his colleagues, the consequences extend beyond his on-screen relationships. Martel's personal and professional prospects have also suffered. Rumors indicate that possible collaborations have decreased, and companies and partners are wary of partnering with someone whose reputation is tainted by negativity and controversy. The irony of Martel's demise, however, is that it stems from the same qualities that once made him the show's dominant character. His dramatic tendencies and cunning strategies, which once kept him in the spotlight, have now worked against him. As Martel tries to come to terms with the situation, fans who once thought he was entertaining now view him as the antagonist of the narrative. Karma always finds a way, as Melody's victory reminds us. What began as a nightmare of betrayal, public humiliation, and emotional problems has evolved into a story of empowerment as she goes from victim to victor. One user commented, "Melody is proof that you can rise above anything. She's an icon for anyone who's ever been hurt but refused to stay broken." Her story has inspired fans. Additionally, she left a legacy rather than merely exacting revenge. You win that way. We are reminded of the significance of regaining your power and of the importance of self-worth as we consider Melody's journey. Her narrative serves as a potent illustration of how to face life's challenges head-on and emerge stronger on the other side. The actual query now is, what are your thoughts on Melody's retaliation? Does it belong in this chapter, or does Martel need to be held more accountable? To stay up to date on the newest celebrity tea, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Let's talk about it in the comments. I'll see you in the upcoming video.